All right. Hello, students. Let's solve trig ratios, trig equations. Okay. So we want to have a unit circle in front of you and or memorize it. That's another thing, right? Okay. So we are solving, meaning ultimately we want what is the angle that is making this true, this particular relationship true. Okay. So we are solving for finding the values of these angles. So we have here 5 cos x plus root 2 is 3 cos x, right? As soon as you see this, I would want to actually subtract 3 cos x on both sides. So you will get 2 cos x plus root 2 is 0, and just subtract the root 2. So this will be 2 cos x equals negative root 2. Means you just have to divide by 2. So the idea is to isolate the trig ratio, right? Cos x is negative root 2 over 2. And he's saying here, this is important for us to note, that the angles that you are going to solve should be between negative infinity to infinity, meaning you should actually supply all the angles where this is true because it's all real numbers. So first of all, where is negative root 2 over 2? Then cosine is negative in the second and third quadrants. So definitely it should be negative root 2 is at 135, right? So 3 pi over 4 and 5 pi over 4. So here, to make our matter simple, we'll just look at 0 to 2 pi, okay? So within 0 to 2 pi, meaning this in this unit circle, this is valid when the angle x is 135 degrees or 225 degrees. And in radians, this will be 3 pi over 4 and 5 pi over 4. Okay, so, and more. Whenever it falls into any multiple of 45-degree angles in the second and third quadrants, realistically speaking, that is the answer for this. But not all times you will see negative infinity to infinity. You will see that here in tan also, but that's fine. So quickly, the same kind of thing I would not solve this completely because I can only make 15-minute videos at this time. So I'm going to just give you a hint and leave it to you. So this becomes tan, 6 tan theta, subtract this to this side and you'll get something else here and isolate the tan. Okay, that's the idea. Eventually you have to isolate it and see, look at the unit circle, where is this plausible, and then find the angles, right? So that's what you need to look at. So let's move on. Let's do a little more challenging ones. So here you have cosecant alpha minus 6 over 4 equals negative 1. So as soon as I see this, I would want to multiply by 4. See, we want to isolate this trig ratio here. So we need to do everything to get rid of all the outer coverings. Here it is 4. So I want to multiply by 4 on both sides to get cosecant alpha minus 6 equals negative 4. Then add the 6. You will see that cosecant alpha is positive 2, which means sine alpha, which is its reciprocal function, is half. So on top of my head, I can think of sine alpha as half at 30 degrees. And here it says negative infinity to infinity. So it is positive in the first and second quadrants. So at 30-degree angle and 150-degree angle. So that is where it is, sine is half. So at pi over 6 and 5 pi over 6. And the other two places, it is negative. So here the angle would be alpha is pi over 6 or 5 pi over 6. Is it 5? I think it is 5 pi over 6. Yeah, just to make sure. Okay. Math Excel wants it in radians, so you better get them into radians. So that's all, folks. That's how it goes. Again, subtract the secant y and then divide by 7 on both sides. So I'm just giving you hints, okay? So, and so are these. So 5 and 6. Later on, you can actually look into my key of the packet, then you will see what I mean. So let's go to more complicated ones. So here we have, it looks complicated, but this one is really not. If you actually see, if you divide by cot x here on both sides, because it's an equation, they are actually cancelled and you're just left with 1 over sine squared x, right? But the catch here is sine, if you actually apply the square root on both sides, sine x will be plus or minus 1. And here he is specifying that the angle is only in the third and the fourth quadrant. If it is so, then you have to consider both the negative one and the positive one. And sine is negative in the third quadrant. So that means here the answer is 3 pi over 2. And in 2 pi you will not get, sine is 1 only at pi over 2 and 3 pi over 2. It's positive at pi over 2, but negative at 3 pi over 2. So the only angle that satisfies here in this particular condition is 3 pi over 2. Okay, so that's the only answer you will get. So that's how it goes. So here if you see, if you isolate the cos square x, you'll get 1/4. And when you apply the square root, it becomes plus or minus half. And here you have been given more freedom. It's the full unit circle, one full cycle. So cos x is, the angle x would be wherever half is in a unit circle, which is at 60 degrees, at 120 degrees, at 240, and at 300. In all these places, your answer will be true. Right? So you have to line up all the answers. So pi over 3, 2 pi over 3, 4 pi over 3, and 5 pi over 3. Okay? So let's write that down. Pi over 3, 2 pi over 3, 4 pi over 3, and 5 pi over 3. So there are 4 answers. So Math Excel wants all 4 of them. Alright, so that's how it goes. So in this particular question, it is between pi and 3 pi over 2, meaning only third quadrant. And tan is positive in the third quadrant, right? So I would want to do the 10th question. It's a little bit complicated, only because you see too many terms here. But let's simplify this first. So when you will see that sin x is common everywhere. So let's divide the whole equation, meaning every fraction with sin x. So here they will cancel off. You'll be left with just secant x plus 2 root 2 equals root 2. And he wants this only in the first and second quadrants, 0 to pi only. So subtract 2 root 2 first. So secant x equals root 2 minus 2 root 2 is negative root 2, right? It's just like saying x minus 2x. Okay, so now this means that cos x is negative 1 over root 2, and when you rationalize it, you will get negative root 2 over 2. So where is x negative root 2 over 2, and that too in the first and second quadrant only? It's definitely in the second quadrant because cosine is negative in the second. So x is the only angle that satisfies here is the 135 degree angle. You can check the unit circle if you want, which is here, and that is 3 pi over 4. Okay, so 3 pi over 4 or 3 pi over 4, right? So that's how you do these problems, my dears. So the 13th and 14th seem to be little complicated, but they are not. So let me just give you a clue on them. Actually, probably this is like 11th. Let's do 11th one. Okay. So here we have a quadratic kind of situation, and you are asked to consider only the fourth quadrant. If you see, this is the only fourth quadrant. So cosecant, let's first convert into sine. So this is 1 over sine squared theta plus, so I'll push the 5 to the others. Actually, I'll bring the 7 to this side. So anyway, so let's first add cosecant theta. This will be 1 over sine theta minus 2 equals 0. Or maybe make it equal to 2. Sorry. I've been like working that and I'm just thinking loud. So I'm just subtracting the 5 and adding cosecant theta and also converting them into the reciprocal functions, all of them together. So too many things. So now we have this. So we just have to make a common denominator. This has sine squared, this has only sine. So I'm going to multiply and divide by sine. Okay, which means now this becomes a common denominator sine squared theta, and this is 1 plus sine theta, and all this is equal to 2, right? So I'm going to multiply by sine squared theta on both sides. This becomes 1 plus sine theta is 2 sine squared theta, and this becomes a quadratic. Bring everything to one side such that the square term will be positive. So it's easier to solve a quadratic when the square term is, x squared term is positive. So this is what it becomes. And if you remember the good old x method to solve the quadratic, so this is a times c on the top, b at the bottom. Remember that? We did all through last year in algebra 2. So this is sum and this is the product. Sorry, this is the product and this is sum of the roots. So so this would be negative 2 plus 1 is negative 1. But there is a 2 here, so divide by 2. This is negative 1 here and a half, which means sine theta minus 1 times 2 sine theta plus 1 equal to 0. Now equating each of them to 0, you will get sine theta as 1, and from here sine theta is negative half. So you're only looking at the fourth quadrant, including the end angles, right? So sine theta is 1. It cannot be 1 in the third or fourth quadrant. So this cannot be considered. Okay, so we cannot consider this. But here, sine theta is a negative half in the fourth quadrant. At what angle? So go to the unit circle. You'll see that sine theta is negative here, right? So it is at negative half at 11 pi over 6. So 11 pi over 6 or 330 degrees. So I need to scroll this down. So theta from here, theta is 11 pi over 6 or 330 degrees. Okay, so this is it. This is how you should do it. And so I'm going to leave you here. This is also quadratic. This is also quadratic. Just remember that. Yeah. That secant square x is p. If you call that, then it will be p to the power of 4 minus, sorry, p squared, my bad. P squared minus 4p plus 3. Solve this and substitute back secant x into p. Okay. And remember, this is again in the third and fourth quadrant. So that's how you need to solve. So I'll end my video here. Please let me know if you have any questions. This is a grouping question again. You know how to solve by the quadratics from the last year. But in Math Excel will not be this complicated. I'll help you with Math Excel questions in class. All right. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.